a sketch diary, so you know what that means. It's Margarete Miller time, and we are on week 25 for all the new people. Margarete Miller has a collage weekly assignment. This is volume 2. It's available in her Etsy store, which is called mellowmiller, and it is a 52-week prompt where she gives you 5 prompts and a bonus prompt, and you're to make a collage out of those items. She has it available like this, which is prompts only. She also has it available in a daily or weekly planner, and she has it in a digital planner that you can download and make your own. I am doing just the prompts because I don't really use a weekly planner, and so this just works better for me. And the sketch diary that I'm using is a 9.5 by 6, which is almost full. We're almost halfway through the year. Next week we'll be halfway through, and I think after I finish halfway, I'll switch my books over to a new book, because this one had already been used to, some before I started it, and so I don't have enough sheets to do the entire year, so I think I'll switch after next week. But with that being said, we are on week 25, and I do have videos for all the previous weeks. They're in a playlist on my channel. If you have not seen them and are interested in seeing how I created any of the previous weeks, they are available for you. And what I will do is, once I get this book full, I will take the prompts and cut them out and put them on the back of the pages. So when I go back to look, I will know, you know, what the prompts were for the particular week. And so this was last week, and we'll get here to a blank page, and we are again going this way on the page. So this week what we have is a map. So this is my map. Something found underwater. This one totally did not, 2 of them actually did not fit into what I had in mind when I saw the rest of the prompts. And I do have something that's going to take care of the underwater prompt, kind of, sort of. In my mind, it does. Then we have a flag, a picnic item, and I have these 2 out of a vintage child's reading book where Dick and Sally and Jane are getting, and Spot are getting ready to go on a picnic, and so I'm going to use those for my picnic item. The sun or the moon. I didn't like this one either. I do have this little piece of washi tape that has a moon on it that I'm going to stick somewhere. And the bonus was your handwriting. And so I did these little, just on black cardstock with a white gel pen. I did those little ABCs, and then I did our weekly number with 26. Now, for the underwater thing, when I was little, this was the first thing I thought of when I thought of the picnic thing in the map. When I was little, we lived, my dad was in the Air Force, and we lived in France. He was stationed at Drew Air Force Base, and every Sunday, and probably every Sunday until I was just too old and said I didn't want to do it anymore, my mom and dad's big thing was we would get up on Sunday morning and pack a picnic lunch, and we would get in the car and just drive. And wherever we ended up is where we ended up, and we stopped somewhere on the long side of the road and we had a picnic. And I always had, when I was very little, and especially when we were in France, my little metal lunchbox that my mom would put, you know, my snacks in and fill up my little thermos with apple juice, and off we would go. And it didn't matter what the weather was. It didn't matter if it was cold. It didn't matter if it was raining. She took an umbrella, and that's what we did. And especially when we were in France, the purpose of the trip, other than just driving around and seeing the countryside, was my mom loved to go to flea markets. And so she would spend, you know, a lot of the time driving these back roads looking for flea markets. And she would go in, and I can remember it so vividly, going to these different flea markets and seeing, you know, the stores with all the things in them, and then stopping somewhere alongside the road for a picnic. One of the things that stick out in my mind more than just my little lunchbox with the snacks in the thermos, because, you know, that was the highlight, was she always took a tablecloth, you know, was packed in our picnic basket, and she always made sure that it was a bright, cheerful, colorful tablecloth, because, you know, back then in the 60s and early 70s, that's how tablecloths were. Well, I think that inspired my love for vintage tablecloths, and I have quite a extensive collection of vintage tablecloths. And so this morning I snapped some photos of those. They're not very good. I just quickly took some photos, and I cut out little pieces to use in my collage of some of the tablecloths that I have. Well, one of the tablecloths that I have has fish on it. It has fish and it has bubbles. And so by using this little piece of tablecloth, that's how I'm going to get to the something found underwater, is this little fish. So that's as close as we're going to get for that. And I think once this all comes together, it'll be kind of cute. And although somebody looking at it may not understand it entirely, it will mean something to me. And it's my collage, so it should mean something to me. Sorry, I got a scratch in my throat. Take a drink here. So let's get started and see if we can't put this together. And I'm just going to use this map. This is just an old road map that I tore a piece out of. And so I'm going to use that for my, the major part of my background. And then we'll go from there. And I'm sorry, I have not inked anything. I should have done that before we started. But we'll be quick here. So I hope everybody is having a good weekend. We had our storms yesterday, and so our weather today is so much better. The humidity is down. There's a nice breeze blowing. It's still going to be quite warm, but I think it's just setting us up because this week is supposed to be miserable here. We have one day that is the regular temperature is supposed to be like 97, so it's going to be quite a hot one. My daughter called me earlier and said that they were going to the pool because she said it's not 100 degrees and we can actually go and enjoy ourselves. It's been too hot to even go to the pool here because the humidity has been awful. So the kids were excited about that. They are all water dogs. Just love the water. All Alright, and let me get my little, where's my scraper? Who knows, who knows? There it is. Okay, so that's where we're going to start. Now, let me, while I'm inking these, be thinking about, I love old children's reading books. I have several of them. This one, it's in pretty pitiful condition, but I just can't seem to pass them up, even if they're not in the best of condition. So this one, I don't mind as much cutting up, because the pages are quite damaged and stained and written on and stuff like that. So it's a good one to just cut up and use. This flag is just cut out of a piece of scrapbook paper. It's actually a leftover piece that I used in that patriotic journal that I made for Donna, which is on its way to its new home. I don't know if you all like the vintage tablecloths or not, but I just love them. I love the colors and the patterns, and they so remind me of my childhood, because my mom had a bunch of them too, and she would always bring them out, you know, and put them on the tables for special occasions. Or like I said, we always took one on a picnic with us. So I collect quite a few vintage textiles. I like the old, you know, hand towels or tea towels, and tablecloths and aprons. I really need to, at some point, take some really good photographs and make some digitals for you guys, because I really do have a really good collection. I just can't hardly make myself do computer work when I'm at home, because I do computer work all week. That's why I do this kind of stuff when I'm not working, because sitting at a computer gets really old really quickly. Okay, so we have everything inked. Let's see what we're gonna do here. All right, I kind of think I want him up there, like he's off in the, and you can see the thermoses in the picnic basket. That so reminds me of our trips. Except, of course, I have my own little thermos. That was my thing, is my thermos. And I'm sure my handwriting teacher would be cringing at my little alphabet letters and numbers here. I always got in trouble for my handwriting because I'm left-handed, and I could never get the slant the right way. And so I never got good grades in handwriting. So, but, you know, you can't make something work that's made for a right-handed person. It's kind of hard to make something happen that's not natural. But I don't write like this. I do write like that. So that's one thing that she did teach me. Actually, my mother taught me, was to write correctly, you know, with holding my pen correctly, pencil. Okay, so I'm going to sneak this moon in somewhere where it's not obvious because, like I said, I don't like this prompt. So I'm going to make it go away. with it still being considered part of the thing here somehow. Maybe right there. No, maybe not. All right, I know this is frustrating me, so let me do these first. So we're not, okay, so we've got, let's do the green down here. Maybe a red here. And maybe the strawberries here. Let's turn it around the other way so more of the strawberries show. Get my fish in there. Okay, I don't think we need those two. And then I've got the sentiment that says create beautiful moments. And I think I'm going to put it up here just to bring in another black element. All right, so where are we going to stick our moon to hide it? Okay, that's a good start. So let's start gluing down what we got here, and then we'll go from there. I couldn't even find a sun because I thought, well, I could do a sun. I couldn't even find a sun in my books. And I didn't want, I know I looked through the sticker book and I found one, but it has like a face on it. I didn't really want that because I didn't think that really went with what was going on. Sometimes these prompts get me. Now, I could have gone with just this focal point, but I really liked the car and the fact he was packing the car, because we had, when we lived in France, we had a, not that that is one, but we had a Volkswagen Bug, Beetle. It was a 1960 something, you know, Beetle. And even though that's not what that is, it's real rounded, and so it kind of reminds me of, and of course the trunk on a Beetle is not in the, it's not in the back, it's in the front. I remember my dad telling me that one time he had stopped to get gas, and I guess I had climbed back from the back seat to the front seat, because of course, you know, you didn't have car seats then, and accidentally kicked it into gear with my feet or something, and it started rolling down the hill, and he had to chase it. Luckily, it didn't get very fast going down the hill, and he was able to catch it. But he always thought that was the funniest thing, since nothing happened. I mean, I'm sure if it had wrecked or something, that would have been a different story, but so yeah, with it being Father's Day, this is kind of an appropriate little collage for me, anyway. I don't want that moon to be any focal point in this collage, so I'm going to hide it the best I can there. Might put one more piece of this over here. This one's coming together pretty quickly. One piece of this left, but I don't know that we actually need it anywhere. No, I don't think so. It was sticking to my fingers. I couldn't get it off. All right, so I'm wondering if we want to do some stamping. Okay, I'm going to pause you for just a minute because I didn't bring any stamps over here, and I feel like that we may need just a little bit of stamping to kind of pull it together. So I'm going to try to reach up here and pause you, and I'll be right back. Okay, I grabbed a couple of things. One is just an arrow, and I just kind of want to bring in another black element. Somewhere. And then I also have just a circle. I like that. And the other thing I have is like a zigzag sewing thing, and I didn't know if I maybe wanted to put it along the edge of the map in some places. My black ink pad is fairly new, and I'm always afraid that it's gonna be too much. I could have moved that where I can actually get to it. move it like right to the edge to get it over there. Sorry, I'm mumbling. And then let's do it at the top somewhere. Actually, I don't want it. I just want it right there. And so I'm going to take some of this ink off. And do, oops, 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 oops. It fell all the way off. It says, quit messing with me. Okay. And then maybe right here. Okay, so I may not need this arrow. I was thinking that it needed to go right here. Actually, this way. But now I think it's just gonna kind of take away. Nope, I don't think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm going to do a couple more of these and just call it done. I'm inking just the top of the circle so that I can do it right here. I think that's got it, guys. I still feel like something needs to go right there. But I feel like the arrow now is too much. thought I had another. Here's another piece of the fish one. Maybe I should do that. I wasn't going to use it because I cut part of his face off. Let's do that. Now we for sure have our underwater element taken care of. Okay, that's it. Week 26. Sorry I hesitated there. Had a moment of indecision. So once again, let's go through the prompts. Make sure we have everything. Get my glue book out of the way here. So we have a map. We have something found underwater. We've got our fish here and our fish here. A flag. A picnic item. A sun or moon. My little moon. And the bonus is handwriting. My handwriting. And this is my handwriting. And this is my handwriting. So I think we got it. So that's week 26. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And please check out Margarete Miller's YouTube channel. She has lots of cool videos on collaging. And also check out her Etsy store at mellowmiller. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so. And hit the little bell. And you'll receive a notification every time that I have a new video available. And guys, I am always open to suggestions or recommendations for what you would like to see or what you would like to know how to do. I by no means claim myself an expert, but I would be glad to help you with any of your junk journaling or collaging questions. And I really appreciate you all following me. And I guess we will see each other again on Tuesday for I Saw It on Pinterest. So until then, everybody have a great week. Bye.